I haven't posted a video in a while, and over the last couple of days I've been really debating whether to post this one, to be honest. Normally I'm the first person to jump on the bandwagon of things that are going on in the world and express my own opinion, but this one felt a little bit different. This one felt like I needed to educate myself a little bit more. And then last night I saw a video of a young Black American woman, and she basically expressed everything that I've been thinking. And I thought, well, do you know what? If a beautiful Black American woman can stand there and speak her thoughts, then so can I, a white woman who has absolutely nothing in common with this lady's life. I don't know what she's been through, but we share the one thing in common, and that is that we can speak out and use our voice. So before I start, I just want to say that this video isn't intended to offend anybody, because I will have comments saying I'm talking a load of shit. I always do. And that's fine, that's your opinion. But if you are going to listen till the end, not just the first 5 seconds, and kind of keep your opinions until you've watched it all, really. Okay, so I watched George Floyd's murder. Do I believe it was murder? Yes. Do I think that if George Floyd was white, he would be alive today? Absolutely, yes. I genuinely do believe that. I know it's easy to sit on our sofas in our Welsh, predominantly white little towns and say this wasn't about race. And like me, if you've been lucky enough never to be around racism in our everyday lives, then it's easy to say that race shouldn't come into it. So all I'll say about this is educate yourself. Like I have, read Black history, read about current racism in America, read what happens on a daily basis, educate yourself, and then come back and tell me I'm wrong. I've read into George Floyd's past. I was going to speak about that, but then I decided that it's not important here. His past crimes isn't what this is about. The question is, did he deserve to die? Did he deserve to have a white police officer on a power trip suffocate him in broad daylight while he was begging for his life? And the answer to that is fuck no. No, he did not deserve to die. So people have had enough. Black people, white people, Hispanic, Latino, everyone's had enough, and they've chosen to take a stand. But the problem is that the stand has turned into riots, looting and burning their country to the ground. And that's just doing one thing. They're alienating the people that support the cause, and they are destroying the message that they're trying to send. The message is being lost in the violence. And, you know, you have to understand the frustrations. I get the frustrations. And historically, there have been some violent protests that have achieved what they've set out to do. But violence and rioting, it doesn't always achieve that greatness. For example, the 2005 French riots, and I read up on this, surrounding Paris actually led to a crackdown in immigration, caused a hell of a lot of deaths, hell of a lot of carnage, where on the opposite end of the scale, Gandhi got rid of the British colonial rule through peace and not war. Riots are the response of desperate people who feel they have no other way to get their voice heard. But it's watching a white police officer kneel in front of black protesters. It's watching a line of white women stand between black protesters and the police. It's a picture of a white child and a black child giggling over a shared joke. That is what is powerful. That is the message that needs to be seen. The message that everyone is equal. The message that we all bleed the same. The message that we aren't born racist. It's taught, and it can be untaught just as easily. Changes, there's no doubt about it, changes need to be made, and they need to be made now. There is good and bad in every race, and as humans, we choose our own path, regardless of the colour of our skin. There should be no black versus white. And as a friend of mine said on his Facebook thread today, it's not black versus white, it's races, it's everyone versus racism. And if we're going to make that change, then we all need to be on the same page. There is enormous power in numbers, and we all have a voice. Regardless of the colour of our skin, we all have a voice. So let's use it.